cattail. Suki is very reluctant to come out here. I came out to let her take a pee. I walked down the loop trail south of the garage, got almost out of sight, looked back. No, she was still standing in the driveway. Nope, I'm not going out there where the deerfly lurk. Well, that has come down since we were last out here. Well, I think that solves one problem. I don't need the pole saw now. I was going to take this lower one off first, but this thing is 3 or 4 feet lower now than it was back then. It was leaning against that popple that tipped over. So all the way up is reachable by chainsaw. Wind. It does some nice things sometimes. Well, that one came over too. And that birch tree that things are leaning against back there. That looks like it might be on its way down too. Yahoo! Yahoo! She does not want to be out here. Every time I move, she heads for the way back, which happens to be that away. I had to put Suki in the house. We were halfway back and she was 15 feet ahead, and I took one look at her half a dozen deerflies flying around her head with just as many in her ears, on her ears, way down deep. I attacked them, withdrew my hand, looked like I was a surgeon halfway through a bypass surgery. Bloody, bloody. And those damn things, they get down in so deep, unbelievably deep. How is there room in there? And I'm scouring now along down into the junction of her ear with her head. And if you think you feel a cartilage bump, it's not. It's a deerfly way down, flat against. Begin to pull them out and they explode. Blood all over. That's just one. Oh my God. This is the tool. I had to leave Suki home. Well, I brought everything out here in the wheelbarrow, and I'm planning to bring back 3 or 4 chunks the first trip back with the chainsaw and helmet in there. I gotta have wood to split. Chuck is leaving for 4 days next Wednesday. I can't wait till Wednesday to get the ranger and come over here, and he's really busy with his projects at home, so wheelbarrow it is. Won't be long. I have a robin living in the garage. Discovered it a couple days ago. Whoa! I actually saw activity going on a week or more ago in and out of the garage. And then yesterday I really saw it going in, her going in and out. I've been looking for the nest, haven't been able to find it until now. I sat down here, whoop, okay, there's something going on there. And sure enough, right above me. That's fine. Now I know where it's at. And I'm not going to shag her out of here. Why? There's no harm being done, and she's in the middle of feeding the babies, so I'll just watch her. An opportunity to discover. Life on the bog. It'll blow off on the highway. There she goes, headed for home. I'm surprised she came out here, actually. That's it. That's all there is waiting to go back. Oof. That's the only hill. Oh, come on. I'm feeling every day of my almost age 40. don't think there's anybody back there. I wasn't even born yet when that commercial came out. Clara Peller. Where's the beef? I don't think there's anybody back there.
Where's the beef?
Some hamburger places give you a lot less beef on a lot of bun.
Where's the beef?
At Wendy's, we serve a hamburger we modestly call a single. And Wendy's single has more beef than the Whopper or Big Mac. At Wendy's, you get more beef and less bun.
Hey, where's the beef? I don't think there's anybody back there.
You want something better.
I can tear a Minneapolis phone book in half, too. Minneapolis and St. Paul. 2 of them at once. I've been known to lift the front end of an Edsel off the ground by 12 inches. And that's with a full tank of gas. Did you know they had the gas tank in the front? It was leaded gas, too, so it was much heavier. I volunteered at the animal shelter this morning. Usually do on Fridays when Jules is there. He's a guy in his early 40s, probably younger. I'm younger than he is. One of my first projects or jobs was to take the dogs out of the kennels inside and take them out to the runs outside. And the first dog I had to take out was a muscular little, 40-pound terror. Full of exuberance, that's all. He was just a youthful dog, probably a year or 2. I couldn't. With him continually squirming. I couldn't get the hook through the loop in the leash, in the collar. I couldn't, and he was pulling and pulling and pulling. He wanted to get free, and finally his collar came off. Oh, God. Fortunately, we have the doors closed. Well, even if he got out the door, he'd be in the confined kennel runs area. And Jules came in, and he helped me. I had gotten the collar back on him, just over his head. It was too loose. It was way too loose. But anyway, we got him hooked out, and out he went. That was a workout. I was expecting at any second for him to bite me. Had pit bull in him, but he wasn't mean by any stretch. It was just a very youthful, strong dog. I'll get back to work. It's all gone. No, it's not. Yeah. This is what this birch is most known for. It doesn't usually split, just bang, it's apart. There's hidden things like that that fight with me. We have had a stretch of great, oh, I don't have a hat on, great summer weather. So unlike last summer so far. I've talked about we had 2 days of in the 90s back in June. And since then it's been, the highest I've seen is 83. I don't know what it is today. It's about there at 82, 83. Humidity is a little higher than I'd like, but it's summer. It's what we do. Had a tenth of an inch of rain last night. A little disappointed, but it was rain. Came out this morning and everything was wet. I didn't know if it had rained during the night. Hoping that it had. Looked in the rain gauge. Oh, good, good, good. Been watching the robin in and out of the garage. She seems to be fairly okay with me being around this much. She mainly has it all to herself. But I think it's ironic that she's built a nest on top of the electrical box directly above the car. It's really fun watching her when she comes from between the garage and the house way back in the woods there. And she comes out and swoops around and in, just bingo like that. Oh God, wouldn't it be fun to fly and have your wings answer your direction for curving, and just like we move our feet and arms without thinking about it. We don't have to think, I want to move my arm to pick up my orange juice now and clamp my hand on it and raise it. It's just second nature. Same thing, I'm sure birds and animals, I'll just say birds, they don't have to think about it. They just fly. I listened to a moth radio hour episode yesterday, and a person telling the story talked about going to visit her mother, the dying mother, one evening, and as she was sitting beside the bed, her mother had been racked with pain for weeks and months, just miserable existence. And at one point, her mother's face changed from agony to relaxed, and a smile came onto her face. And she said, I'm okay now. And she died right then. There is something more. There is something more. This is just the beginning, this life. And I have talked about that this is all an illusion. An illusion. This physical world is all an illusion for us to live a physical life. And we don't need the physical life, existence, the physical world. You know, when we leave the physical world, our spirit moves, however it is, into that new existence of a non-physical life. I've got a photograph I took of my father-in-law a few days before he died, and it's haunted me. I'm going to talk about it, and I'm going to I point up because that's what YouTubers are supposed to do. They point up because you click up there and then you can go see. No, you're just going to see it without having to do anything. This photo is, to me, capturing his physical existence fading out of existence. Being a photographer for many years, I'm aware of how the light behind his head can make this compromise of washing out, overexposed. And I have looked at that, and I'm aware of what that syndrome is, the phenomenon of that. This does not meet that circumstance. This is 3 days before he died. This is his physical countenance fading out. He was asleep in this picture, or dozing. He was fading away.